On the streets of Auburn, California, in the summer of 1983, a young teenager is looking for trouble.
Cindy was somebody you would never want to get on the bad side of.
Think you're better than me, huh?
People were afraid of Cindy.
I'll kill you, you stupid bitch.
15-year-old Cindy Collier is angry at the world for the hurt she has already experienced in her short life.
Cindy had been abused and raped before she was even 10 years old. She hated people, and she wanted to make them pay basically for the sins of others.
In and out of trouble, Cindy is well known to police.
It started out with fairly petty crimes, shoplifting, bullying of other students, and then it escalated to a theft of an automobile. She was on her way up in terms of escalating to a little bit higher crime.
The girls with so much in common become instant soulmates.
It was a match made in hell. They were perfect for each other. In the other one, they saw themselves, and they liked what they saw. It made their behavior okay.
Just hours after meeting, Cindy and Shirley start planning a life together on the road.
Gotta get out of here.
I think Shirley was feeling increasingly hopeless and helpless.
You wanna go? Getting out of here is easy. Really? Yeah, done it loads of times.
Cindy, on the other hand, I think was just in a place of pure rebellion.
We could steal a car, go on a road trip.
Cindy was the one who said, I think we need to run away. In order to do that, we need a car.
I know a place where there's loads of old people living.
We will need to find someone who is very old and infirm, because that way they can't fight back. And as a matter of fact, we're probably going to have to kill them, because that way they won't be able to rat on us to the cops.
The abused children now want to be the abusers.
Shirley, as she did over and over in her life, pretty much said, oh, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what we'll do.
When Cindy and Shirley met, it was only a matter of hours before they decided to kill a stranger. This was lightning speed, and I think it speaks to how rageful and ready to explode both of these young teenage women were.
The girls dye their hair in a childish attempt to disguise themselves.
They were both very jaunty, and they were both almost cocky.
Hunting for a perfect victim, they go knocking on doors in the suburb of Auburn Greens, where Cindy once lived.
Shirley and Cindy weren't stupid. They knew they probably couldn't handle killing an able-bodied adult male.
Yes?
Hi, can we please use your phone?
No, I'm sorry. My phone's not working.
Screw you, Grandpa. Come on.
After several failed attempts, they strike it lucky.
They finally knocked on the door of what would become for them the perfect victim. A helpless, frail, kind, and trusting little old lady.
Hello, what can I do for you, girls?
85-year-old Anna Brackett lives alone.
Hi, could you please help us? We need to call our parents, and the phone on the street's not working.
Sure, come on in. You're welcome. Come through.
The grandmother is more than happy to help two young girls. one-of-a-kind offer will be her last.
Hello, what can I do for you girls?
They want the ultimate revenge for their miserable lives. They con their way into the home of unsuspecting 85-year-old Anna Brackett.
Some killers have said they didn't really want to know anything about their victim because it made it harder to kill them.
It's a lovely photo.
That wasn't the case for Shirley and Cindy. They sat and chatted with this very nice woman for an hour.
And this is another one of my husband and I.
Doesn't mean they didn't want to kill her. I think they were working up the courage.
Hello, Carl. Yes?
The small talk comes to an abrupt end.
That was my son, Carl. He's going to take me out.
It's time.
Cindy went into the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and tossed it to Shirley. Cindy definitely was the controller. Shirley was the submissive one.
When teenage girls kill, they can be very, very vicious, much more vicious than adult women. They have a tremendous amount of pent-up anger and rage. It's as if they're wild animals when they're alone with someone they want to kill.
There would be an incredible amount of pain associated with stabbing, with the cutting of one's soft tissues, and driving the blade all the way through. The knife could have hit bone, and we know that nerves run alongside the bone, and that could have been incredibly painful.
Shirley had indicated that something that Mrs. Brackett had said was, "I'm dying," and Shirley said, "Good." Mrs. Brackett ended up being stabbed 28 times, but the coroner could not verify that it was only 28 because so many of the stab wounds may have had multiple entry points.
Only hours after meeting for the first time, Cindy and Shirley, barely in their teens, become baby-faced killers. All their anger about their childhood abuse is directed at an innocent old lady.
It was an acting out of their own internal rages and their own sense of helplessness.
After Anna's body is found by her son, police start knocking on doors themselves and hear about the two loud redheads.
They were kind of harassing other people. They basically left a lot of testimony by witnesses.
The girls never steal a car and run away. Instead, they return to Cindy's family home.
Shirley writes in a journal, "We killed an old lady today, and it was fun." She had no remorse, and she wanted the world to know.
Shirley's wish comes true. The murder makes the evening news.
They watched the news of the murder of Mrs. Brackett and then went to sleep.
Cindy's a familiar face in the victim's neighborhood. She used to live there, and her name is on everyone's lips.
Cindy was recognized, but the law enforcement did not believe that they were involved in the crime. They thought that at the very least, perhaps, they might be witnesses.
Later that night, police arrive at Cindy's home.
They separated the two girls just simply to talk to them individually. And Shirley immediately said, "We did it," to the detective. He thought he couldn't really be hearing what he was hearing, but he was.
July 1983. A juvenile court finds Cindy Collier and Shirley Wolf guilty of murder.
They were proud of murdering Anna. They felt entitled to murder Anna, and they wanted to take credit for it.
The teenagers both received the maximum sentence under California state law for young offenders: incarceration until their 25th birthday.
I know that Shirley has continued to be in trouble with the law, not excessively serious trouble. Prostitution, some theft, burglaries, drug abuse. Cindy, however, has maintained a clean record. Perhaps all she needed was some time to reflect on what she had done.
Today, Cindy and Shirley are both free.
Loser!
They could be living in a neighborhood near you. When two women fall,
They refer to women like this as femme fatales.
for each other and money,
The self-indulgence, that's what life is about for them.
husbands can get in the way.
It must have been agony. That's all I can imagine.
February 5th, 2002. In a vineyard 40 miles south of Sacramento, California, a gruesome find.
The farm laborer happened to see vultures flying overhead. So he just went to see what the vultures were flying over.
It's the body of a hotshot attorney.
Well-to-do attorneys are not buried in vineyards.
Las Vegas, 1995.
Hi, I'm Larry McNabney. Call me.
Colorful, self-promoting attorney Larry McNabney is well known in the casino city.
All right, one more time.
He had a yellow page ad and television commercials.
Howdy.
These advertisements brought in many clients.
How was that?
He was extremely successful financially.
Hi. Larry McNabney.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well,
With his law practice
better ask
booming,
me questions.
he's hiring more
Ask
staff.
you about yourself. That's good because we get a lot of
29-year-old Elisa Barish is quick to impress.
I've done pretty well, yeah.
Well, I'm a hard worker,
Yeah.
and I don't mind working overtime.
Oh, that's great.
Elisa had a gift, and it was the ability to figure people out very quickly. She was especially skilled at this when it came to men.
When can you start?
Whenever suits you, Larry.
Larry falls for her charm, and he's not the first.
Tomorrow.
Can I call you Larry?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Elisa is a highly successful con artist.
Who was Elisa McNabney? Does anybody know? She was a woman who ultimately wound up going by about 30 different aliases and left a trail of men in her wake.
Elisa is soon hard at work, stealing clients' insurance payouts.
Without question, a major crime, a felony. She was compelled to offend society and society's rules. Why? Because she liked to.
But it is Larry in the hot seat.
Yeah, guys, look, give me a little bit of time.
With tens of thousands missing,
Sorry, but even if I
authorities investigate him.
give me a bit of time, yeah.
Larry got in trouble with the state bar and he was fined and penalized, and it was all Elisa's doing, but he covered for her.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks, guys.
He should have put her in prison, but instead he was somehow attracted to this.
Larry not only forgives Elisa, he marries her. Once again, the con woman's charm works.
Did she love Larry? I think she loved his lifestyle. She loved being the center of attention.
To escape the fraud scandal, the couple moves to Sacramento, California.
Hi.
Larry opens a new law practice
How are you fitting in?
and incredibly, again puts Elisa in charge of the accounts.
Nice. So, you like shopping?
Elisa takes a shine to their office assistant,
I love shopping.
Sarah Dutra.
When Elisa and Sarah met, the sparks were flying.
I'd love to.
Don't you two have any work to do?
We're just about to pop out for a bite to eat and a little bit of shopping.
They immediately cared for each other a lot.
Shopping.
I think Sarah became Elisa's protege. It was someone Elisa could mold and play with.
Bye-bye. That looks amazing. Oh, it's gorgeous. You look gorgeous.
And for Sarah, she had in front of her this great teacher.
Hello.
Soon the master and her apprentice are robbing Larry blind.
They cashed clients' checks rather than giving it to the clients who were entitled to a settlement check.
And they become lovers.
You making lots of money for us?
Lots and lots, honey.
They were, during this period, draining Larry's accounts dry to the tune of over $500,000.
Okay, I got 7 for you.
Larry has no idea money is being stolen.
Join me. Thank you.
He's more concerned about the other woman in his marriage.
Larry wasn't happy with the relationship between Elisa and Sarah. He didn't like this anymore. His wife was changing, his life was changing.
But the women aren't prepared to let Larry ruin a good thing.
They saw him as getting in the way, and the only way they can continue their lifestyle was to take him out of it.
Larry McNabney's law firm is being bled dry by his wife, Elisa, and her lover, Sarah Dutra.
Expensive restaurants, expensive clothes, expensive cars. That's the lifestyle they've come to be accustomed to.
Larry doesn't suspect the theft, but is tired of being the third person in his marriage.
Larry wasn't happy with the relationship between Elisa and Sarah.
But the women are one step ahead. They have a chilling plan to get rid of him.
Sarah Dutra looked on the computer,
Well, well. That is interesting.
looked up the effects of certain horse tranquilizers on human beings.
On Tuesday. All right.
Elisa's a seasoned con woman, but she's never gone this far.
The idea of giving someone a horse tranquilizer still boggles my mind. I can't imagine that. Why would you do that?
September 10th, 2001. For one last time, Elisa deceives her husband.
Without question, Elisa was a heartless sociopath. She used and abused people.
I've made this for you.
Okay. Thanks.
For hours, the women feed Larry more and more of the paralyzing drug.
That should do it.
Okay.
This horse tranquilizer prevents you from moving. It's almost like going in for elective surgery and having the doctor operate on you, and you can feel everything, but you can't stop it. And this went on for 12 to 18 hours.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Oh, yes, we will.
Larry is still alive as the women drive him to his final resting place.
Can't even fathom what that would be like when you know that you're going to die. You're still mentally enough there to realize what's happening, but physically just totally incapable of responding to it.
I cannot imagine a worse way to die than the way Larry McNabney died.
Oh, it's hard work. Wait here. He liked wine, didn't he?
Eventually, Larry succumbs and is buried in a shallow grave in a local vineyard.
Yeah, that should do it.
Larry was killed because he got in the way. That's why. He was getting in the way of the relationship between Sarah and Elisa.
Now, for these calculating killers,
Hello?
it's back to business.
I'm sorry Larry isn't in the office today. Yes, I've got it right here.
Elisa McNabney and Sarah Dutra are telling people, well, he joined a cult. He's in Costa Rica. He joined the Krishnas in Washington. He's off at a rehabilitation center for alcoholics.
Sarah and Elisa were a toxic mixture. They continued to spend his money and to use his business to make more money for them to spend.
5 months after Larry goes missing, his body is found.
They did not dig the grave very deep because his bone from his leg ended up coming out of the earth. And eventually a farm worker noticed it.
Investigators began digging into the family, and they realized Elisa McNabney was not who she'd said she was.
Elisa's dodgy past and her multiple aliases set off alarm bells. Sarah is arrested, but Elisa has dumped her and is on the run.
The FBI and multiple law enforcement agencies, they began tracking her through Utah. They found traces of her in Oklahoma City and finally caught up to her in Florida.
Almost 6 months after the murder, Elisa McNabney is arrested.
Ma'am, you need...
Still enjoying the good life at a Florida resort.
I would not have expected a woman like Elisa to give up so easily. Maybe she was tired of running.
Sarah is already in custody. In March 2002, she's found guilty of voluntary manslaughter and accessory to murder. She is sentenced to 11 years in prison and is eligible for release in October 2011.
Sarah Dutra was equally guilty, and she should have been convicted of murder.
Elisa McNabney never stands trial. In a Florida prison, the 35-year-old commits suicide on Easter 2002.
The party was over. I think for Elisa, taking her own life on her terms was her last defiant act.
They both had their strengths, they both had their weaknesses, but they were both very cold.
These are two very sadistic, heartless women.
So I've heard everyone who goes there has come from single sex.
England in the early 1980s.
Oh, him! And there's Madeline! Oh, so how did it go?
An exclusive girls' boarding school is home to American teenager Elizabeth Haysom.
Then back to his place. He's got his own house.
Elizabeth was very British in her upbringing. It was not a typical American way of raising children.
Elizabeth has been at boarding school since the age of 8, only seeing her globe-trotting parents a few times a year.
The girls at the school became her sisters and her family.
Elizabeth is a straight-A student who plans to study the arts at Cambridge University. But her parents, Derek and Nancy,
How could you do this to me?
have other ideas.
It's for your own good, Elizabeth.
I don't want to do maths.
I'm tough.
Elizabeth's parents decided to put her on a track of high-level science and math classes so that she could become an engineer, just like her father was.
I don't want to do engineering.
You better get interested, or you won't be going to Cambridge.
You are ruining everything.
She wanted to do what she wanted to do, not what her parents wanted her to do.
I hate you.
There was something very deep-seated and disturbing in the relationship between Elizabeth and her parents.
I'm home.
In Lynchburg, Virginia, once again Elizabeth is under her parents' roof and control.
How dare you do this to yourself?
You did this to me.
Who sent you to the best schools, Elizabeth?
Elizabeth's hatred for her parents was way over the top. It became an obsession.
Now you clean yourself up. You fix that ridiculous hair.
She wrote 39 pages in one diary about how much she hated them.
Now get out of my sight.
So you've been all over Europe?
Yes, I've been around.
Her parents convince Elizabeth to straighten up and resume her studies at the University of Virginia,
In Thailand?
where she meets 18-year-old Jens Soring.
Do you need a refill of your glass?
Well, that would be lovely.
Jens was the son of a German diplomat. His life had been very secluded. And Elizabeth was a sophisticated young woman who had a lot more worldly experience than Jens, and she was a little older. He naturally fell into her spell. She had one thing to offer Jens that he never had before, and that was sex. I think she really turned it on with Jens and entrapped him. What stood out for me was the pure cold-bloodedness that Elizabeth exhibited when she started grooming Jens for this crime.
How could you do this to me?
20-year-old Elizabeth Haysom has argued with her parents for years.
I hate you.
Finally, she seems to settle down. But in truth, something is brewing underneath. She shares her deepest feelings with her lover, 18-year-old Jens Soring. They're no ordinary love letters.
She started talking about murdering her parents, from general terms to specific terms, to eventually an ultimatum. I hate my parents. I want you to kill them, or the relationship is over.
Lynchburg, Virginia, March 29th, 1985. Elizabeth buys 2 tickets to the movies, but goes alone. settling in for a night of entertainment.
Well, look who's dropped by.
It's the geeky ninja. What's that for?
Jens goes to his own horror show. It starts with an innocent meal.
Derek was not too happy to see Jens there because Derek did not care much for Jens, but they let him in.
So what's with you and my daughter?
Well, we're sort of in a relationship.
Mr. Haysom was bitterly opposed to that relationship.
There's no way you are in a relationship with my daughter.
Jens freaked out.
You really are an asshole.
Jens whipped out this knife and started to work on Derek.
Ms. Haysom, she ran into the kitchen.
It was a hell of a fight. There were a lot of bruising, there was a lot of slashing.
Killing in cold blood isn't easy.
Her father refused to die. He fought like a big bear.
After multiple stab wounds, Jens thinks Derek is dead and turns on his wife.
He cut his throat so severely that he almost decapitated her.
But Derek is still alive.
Mr. Haysom, he staggered back through the house and was trying to make it to the front door. Mr. Haysom had been stabbed 36 times, his throat cut from ear to ear, and Ms. Haysom had been stabbed 6 or 7 times, and her throat also was cut from ear to ear. Never seen anyone commit those heinous acts on another person. It was vicious. It was horrendous.
Are they dead?
Elizabeth obviously had a great deal of influence over Jens. She gave him an ultimatum to kill her parents, and he did.
The young killers flee to Elizabeth's old stomping ground, London, living off a fraud scam.
Let's eat. I'm starving.
In the UK, they worked out this scheme where they would buy goods or merchandise at a prominent department store.
That's good.
You think?
And they would pay for it initially with a bad check, and then they go to another department store and get cash for it.
Who could that be? Hello? Can I help you? Hello?
Their crimes eventually bring British police to their door.
Jens was standing there and he had on this fake mustache.
What's the problem, officer?
And the detective couldn't resist, and he went over there and he looked at him, and he looked at him, and he grabbed the mustache and he ripped it off. And I think at that point, Jens kind of collapsed.
So what's going on there?
A search of their belongings finds letters.
One of the things I'll never understand is that Elizabeth and Jens failed to destroy these very incriminating letters.
The letters led the detective constable to believe that the two of them had been involved in a murder somewhere in the United States.
The work of a diligent Bobby finds its way to Virginian police, who matched the letters to the murders of the Haysoms.
If it hadn't have been for the detective constables from the Metropolitan Police in London, we never would have arrested either one of them.
Jens Soring is convicted on 2 counts of murder. He receives 2 life sentences. In August 1987, Elizabeth Haysom pleads guilty to being an accessory to her parents' murders. She is also serving life. Elizabeth receives the best education money can buy, but never learns the most important lesson of all: love. Not for her boyfriend or her parents.
I think she is a psychopath who can be very charming at one point, but she has a sinister background.
Elizabeth wasn't just angry at her parents. Elizabeth deeply resented her parents, was unable to walk away from them, and wanted to destroy them. Probably because she blamed them for not accomplishing her goals.
A young girl lives on the streets with no constraints.
She was a very confused girl, but she was capable of knowing how to get what she wanted.
Yeah, what you looking at, you fat cow?
Every day is about survival.
You see the face of an innocent child, but that's just a mask.
The suburban wilds will unleash a beast.
While her friends are reading Harry Potter, playing hopscotch, she's out doing dope, drinking booze, and committing murder.
2006, the town of Ipswich in Suffolk, England. Des Thorpe is in the throes of a drinking binge.
Des had quite a severe drinking problem and was known to have that problem over a number of years.
There's always one person on hand to help him. 12-year-old Lorraine, his daughter.
Daddy, are you all right?
She very much doted on her father,
Come inside, I'll make you a cup of tea.
but her father obviously had an addiction, which she was having to live with herself and see as she grew up. It was a very difficult upbringing for her.
Young Lorraine tolerates her father's drinking, but her mother has had enough.
Lorraine, come on, sit down there a minute. I need to tell you something.
The father-daughter bond is threatened
I'm moving now.
by divorce.
We're getting a divorce.
Why are you divorcing? I'll be good.
Lorraine, it's nothing to do with you.
Divorce hurts children. Under the best circumstances, it can be difficult. Under less than desirable circumstances, a divorce can be devastating for the child. And it was in Lorraine's case.
Well, what will happen to me?
Well, you will live with me, darling.
No, I want to live with Dad. Promise I can live with Dad.
In Lorraine's eyes, there is only one choice. She wants to stay with her dad.
At 12 years old, when Lorraine's parents split up, Lorraine was sent to live with her father, who was a severe alcoholic and needed care.
Des Thorpe was in a terrible state in terms of more or less incapable through alcohol. She did things that a daughter and a girl of her age should never have to do for their father. She did, in her own way, try and look after him.
Here you go, Dad. Eggs and beans. Get that too.
On the edge of society, Lorraine leads a nomadic life with her dad.
Quite a feral existence. Sofa surfing with her father, and she would just go from place to place to place, putting her head wherever she could.
Come on, you need to eat something.
She obviously learnt to live and survive in the best way that she could for herself.
To cope, she begins drinking herself.
Because the brain of an adolescent is still forming into their late teens, excessive use of alcohol can have very, very damaging effects on that developing brain.
Yeah, well, sod you!
By the age of 15, Lorraine holds her own in her father's circle of alcoholics.
You look like a fat cow.
Lorraine ended up on the street with basically homeless street people that drank. That was what they did. And many of them were more than twice her age.
Despite her confidence, she's a little girl desperate for her father's attention, or someone just as good. She finds it in Paul Clark.
Clark was known to be quite a violent person.
Oh, yeah.
And for him, that did something for his own self-esteem, that he was at least top of the pile from his little group of people that he mixed with.
With her father a virtual invalid, Paul is everything Lorraine always wanted, and he gives her attention.
Lorraine Thorpe was drawn to him and became sort of part of his life. They formed some sort of bond, and quite often they were together.
Come on, come here! The nature of their relationship we really don't know much about, but here you have a man who sees, all I have to do is groom this child, train this child to be my puppet.
He gets a chance when social services try to take Lorraine away from her alcoholic father. Paul offers her a home. With him and girlfriend, 41-year-old Rosalind Hunt. Lorraine finally has a man that wants to take care of her, but is she willing to do what it takes to keep his attention?
Paul Clark was an aggressive, manipulative bully. If he wanted something, he took it. In Lorraine, Paul Clark had found his match.
In Suffolk, England, 2009, a volatile partnership is blooming. 41-year-old Paul Clark has charmed homeless teenager Lorraine Thorpe. They live off the meager benefits of Paul's girlfriend, fellow drunk Rosalind Hunt.
Rosalind Hunt was quite a fragile woman.
Give me some money.
She was known among the drinkers to be the sort of person that they could prey upon.
Just about had enough of you. It's the last time for you.
Sorry, Paul.
She had a flat of her own. She had benefits coming in.
To Lorraine, Paul is the father figure she's always wanted. Unlike her incapacitated dad.
Des Thorpe was in a terrible state in terms of more or less incapable through alcohol. She did, in her own way, try and look after him and had some devotion to him.
But Lorraine's new hero, Paul, is a dangerous liaison. To be a part of his world, there is a price to pay. One night, his abuse takes a violent turn. His girlfriend, Rosalind, the recipient.
Paul Clark was a man who lived and thrived on violence, and I think he encouraged it and encouraged it in others.
Instead of being repulsed, Lorraine joins in.
Sometimes people in a group do things they would never do individually. I don't think that's really the case with Lorraine. I think Lorraine had it within her to be, well, I think she was a mean, aggressive sociopath.
For the first time in her short life, Lorraine feels in control.
Punch her again, I could have done so much more, you know? Yeah, she deserved it.
They bragged about it. Lorraine was proud of it. She told other people how much fun it was beating up on Rosalind.
So much fun. You find it funny, did you? You find it funny? It was funny, wasn't it?
Together, the couple are strong in a world where only the tough survive.
The strong pick on the weak in that environment, and ultimately, Rosalind Hunt was too fragile for her own good.
Bruised and battered, Rosalind is a prisoner in her home. And there's more to come.
The use of a cheese grater on any skin surface would have caused extreme pain. The nerves run beneath the epidermis. So the fact that this area has multiple superficial scrapes and cuts is going to cause excessive bleeding. It's going to cause incredible pain.
The torture intensifies. They literally rub salt into her wounds.
Some researchers and academicians think sadists are created. As children, they're turned into sadists because of the way they're treated. And others say they're simply born that way.
The torture goes on for 2 days before Rosalind is finally dead.
A girl that was wrapped up in her own world that relatively few of us would recognise, and certainly not a world that most children live in. She would do whatever she needed to do to get what she wanted. Whether she realised the consequences of doing that is another matter.
Paul and Lorraine hide at her father's home.
Just take a look at him, he stinks. Do something about him.
All right, then I'll get him in the shower.
She looked after her father and cared for her father. They're not the actions of a cold-blooded killer. They're the actions of a little girl who is lost, who is trying to do the best she can for the person that she loves.
But Rosalind's murder is in the news, and Lorraine's father is immediately suspicious.
I heard that they found Rusty's body. It was you, wasn't it? You killed her.
Shut up, Dad!
Lorraine must choose freedom or her father's life.
You know it well. He's got to go too.
She chooses to sacrifice her dad.
At the end of the day, he was murdered by his own daughter, who had been a devoted daddy's girl.
They found an imprint of a shoe across his head, so that means that someone stomped him good on the face. And that had to be Lorraine. The game is over now. You've just created a monster.
Having committed 2 murders, the couple flee, but don't get far. Security cameras capture them leaving the house.
Lorraine and Paul Clark were seen leaving the flat, and they were arrested only a few hours later.
In September 2010, Paul Clark is convicted of double murder and is given a life sentence with a minimum term of 27 years. On the same day, 16-year-old Lorraine Thorpe becomes Britain's youngest convicted female double murderer. She is serving a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 14 years.
Lorraine Thorpe, you've got to remember, was a very damaged child. She came from having very little to trying to look after her 43-year-old father at an age when the biggest problem most teenagers will have of her age would be losing their mobile phone. She will become synonymous with the murder of her father and the murder of a vulnerable woman. Whether people see beyond that, who knows?
Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world. A long way from the million-dollar studs, the city's back streets are the haunt of Tina Powell and LaFonda Faye Foster.
Need more money.
They both went hand in hand when it came to carousing, doing whatever they could to get money to either drink or do drugs or both. Tina did do some strip dancing, and both would attempt to turn prostitution deals.
No one can understand what comes over the pair of them on April 23rd, 1986, at the home of Carlos and Virginia Kearns, their regular drinking partners.
They were all alcoholics, all people who were sort of from the seamier side of life.
You got some money?
Their older friends are easy targets.
You got something. You gotta give me some.
What you gonna give me for it?
I know how much you like that bath I gave you. If you give me some money, though, you give me some money and I'll give you.
The women need cash for drugs,
Carlos, I need the money now.
but are not getting any.
You need to give me the money.
I don't think we got no money, sweetheart.
Carlos, I need
They take matters into their own hands.
You lied to me!
No, I'm not.
Carlos, give me the money, all right? Finally!
All I got is a social security check. I have to go somewhere to cash it.
All right, let's go cash it then. You're all coming, we're all gonna go cash it, all right? Come on!
High on drugs and alcohol,
Drugs, hurry up!
the victims go along to save their skins.
The reputation of Faye Foster was rather formidable.
Tina, over there.
I expect that fear had a lot to play with not trying to resist.
We're gonna go in and cash this check, okay? Y'all stay in here, or else I'll kill you.
She was a very mean woman.
Can you cash that, please?
Carlos needs to sign the check personally.
I'm afraid I can't.
Why not? It's only $50.
But when they get to the store, for some reason, the women leave him in the car.
Whatever, if you give us 25.
I'm sorry, can't do it. I don't have the authorization.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Here, Roger, when you get out.
Just
Got any money?
Frustrated, the women's crazy solution
You're coming with us.
is to take a fifth hostage. An old friend, Roger Keene.
Hey, Theo, how you doing? All right? Carlos.
All right.
It's too crowded. I can't get in there.
Get in the car, Roger.
All right.
Sort of desperate to get money. And apparently as the day and the night wore on, they got more and more desperate.
They have 5 hostages with hardly $1 between them.
Roger, I thought you said you had some money.
I said it wasn't much.
We have to have money. Damn it, I don't believe none of you have any money.
The drug addict's frustration
All right, get out now.
turns to fury.
Now! Come on! Out of the car now! Come on!
These poor people were just sort of drunk out of their minds and being sort of led to slaughter.
Get out! Get down on the ground! Face first! Down! Get down!
LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell now do something totally senseless.
Tina Powell did all of the stabbing with this rather unique configured hunting knife.
The blows leave the hostages wounded, but not fatally. LaFonda Faye's gun also has little effect.
The .22 caliber revolver was what we would call a Saturday night special, probably obtainable for $5 to $10 on the street. The ammunition was a mishmash of ammunition.
She ain't moving.
Inept is the best word I can come up with.
It's Tina who finally takes the first life. 59-year-old Trudy Harrell's throat is cut.
It's unclear to me why LaFonda and Tina killed her. I think they only did it because they wanted to. It looked like fun, and it was something they had never done before.
With one woman dead, a night of horror on the streets of Lexington is only just beginning.
Once they killed their first victim, they had 4 living witnesses to deal with. There was no stopping.
April 23rd, 1986.
I need some 22s or 38s.
Drug addicts LaFonda Faye Foster
Sorry, there's none left.
and Tina Powell are desperate for more ammunition.
Well?
The women are on a murder spree. They've killed one person and have taken 4 other people hostage.
The drugs and alcohol probably made it easier for LaFonda and Tina to kill. But the foundation that led them to the desire to kill had been there for years.
In a back street of Lexington, Kentucky, Virginia Kearns becomes their second victim. Her husband, Carlos, powerless to save her. The city has never known a night like this.
It was kind of crazy that night. Bodies just kept showing up fairly close to each other. The police, for a while, couldn't figure out what was going on. It was kind of like, you're kidding, not another body.
2 women are dead, and the night will go from bad to worse.
We found the body of Roger Keene underneath the car. body of Ted Sweet leaned up to the back of the car. You could see the gunshot wounds. You could also tell that he had been run over by the car.
Their fifth and final victim, Carlos Kearns, is shot, stabbed, and left to die in a blazing inferno.
None of those people needed to die. Those people were harmless.
You girls all right?
Yeah, we're fine. We were just fighting. Is there a bathroom? Somewhere we can
Lexington's
clean up?
worst mass murder in history doesn't remain a mystery for long. The two women choose a nearby public hospital to clean up.
I can't believe there's so much blood. No, it's right in my arms.
They were just saturated in blood. In fact, the blood had identifying factors from all the victims on it.
Whether it is the drugs or stupidity, LaFonda Faye Foster and Tina Powell make the prosecutor's job easy.
Gross.
The nursing staff there at the hospital knew something had to be wrong and notified the police.
Within minutes of arriving, the two women are arrested. In 1987, Tina Powell is found guilty of 5 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. She's eligible for parole in 2021. LaFonda Faye Foster is convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder and receives the death penalty. Granted a retrial in 1991, she pleads guilty, avoids execution, and is now serving a life sentence.
Still the largest mass murder in Lexington history. It wasn't a crime of hatred, it wasn't a crime of anger or passion. It was just, they were really drunk and they weren't getting what they wanted.
LaFonda and Tina were able to kill in a heartless manner and had no remorse for what they did because they were sociopaths. They had no empathy for any other human being. When they met and joined forces, they became deadly women.